Rick Scott. Thank you, Senator.
But I can tell you, everybody up here, most of it was worked together for quite a few years. I had the opportunity to be the governor for 8 years. One thing that I think we all agree on is that the fight for liberty and democracy in Latin America is really important. I've been disappointed in the Biden administration that they have not been a big proponent of Latin America. As an example, we have about 1,300 people in prison in Cuba right now. We haven't gotten the White House to do anything about it. We've also had a difficult time getting them to engage against Maduro or Ortega and Nicaragua. If you have ideas and things we ought to work on, we all try to work together in the Senate and in the House and Congress, and also at the local level here to try to make sure that we help people that live back in Colombia or Cuba or whatever to make sure this is the place where people can come live their dreams. So thank you again for being here. With that, let me turn it over to Congressman Carlos Gimenez.
Things are kind of crazy in the Senate. They're really crazy in the House. Okay? For far too long, America has looked to the east and to the west, right, and not to the south. Right. We have to take care of our neighborhood. We have to take care of this hemisphere. We have to be the beacon of hope and the guardian of liberty in this hemisphere.
As you know, I am in the Foreign Relations Committee. Yo estoy en el Comité de Relaciones Exteriores. And I took this wonderful opportunity the other day. I'm not sure if you guys heard me saying that Petro was a terrorist, he was a thief, he was a socialist, he was a Marxist, and he was a communist, and he is going to destroy Colombia. And I'll say it again. Petro es comunista, es un ladrón, es terrorista, y va a destruir el país. So let's hope in the name of God that he will not make it to the presidency. For Colombians, it's a very important group. For District 27, the one I serve, District 26, the state of Florida, you guys are the second largest Hispanic group after the Cubans in South Florida. We always know it. One of my people in leadership in my district office is Colombian, because I know that I need to have your voice very close to me.
So, long story short is we are one of 3 cities that have the largest population of Colombians in the state of Florida. And for that, I'm honored. And it is a privilege to work with the community. We also have, probably outside of Venezuela, the largest settlement of Venezuelan immigrants as well. But we bring a lot of diversity in the city of Weston.
I want to say thank you guys, because honestly, démosle un aplauso. Because man, if there's someone that knows how to help and support, like you say, Senator and Rubio and everybody, you guys have helped out our community a lot. In our organization, like the mayor mentioned, we have a form now that helps to expedite or to assist the person when they go to you for the Special Private Act, so we could get it faster, and it's working very well. And you guys have excellent staff, all of you, because I cannot say nothing about the city, but everything about the city. When it's an each city issue, when it's a county, or when it's a state or federal, you guys been there for us tremendously. Colombia and United States have had the oldest relationship of 200 years. I want you to know that the first relationship between countries were Colombia and United States. Senator, as you know, I am a person that don't look for myself, I look for my community. I was able to put a document together that I would share with you guys of all the items you have been working in your office. Nothing new, you've been working with those things. The issue about the visas, I mean, it's ridiculous. It takes 2 years to get an appointment in Colombia today to get a visa. One artist got all his property stolen in a concert in Colombia. He went, he got a passport. In Colombia, it was fast, 24 hours. He went to the U.S. Embassy to try to get an appointment to get a stamp. You know, he got a visa. He lost his passport until 1923. And he had contracts here to do in restaurants here in the community that he couldn't do. So those are the things that we can push. But what I've been told, thank you to Viviana in Marco Rubio's office, was the fact that remember when you connected me with the State Department a while back, and I kept a relationship with them? And the people in Colombia told us in a conference, on a one-to-one private off the record, they gave us all the consular work from Venezuela, but they didn't give us any staff. So our paperwork went like this. So that's where they are. That's why Colombia, so please, on the legislative side, let's look at that. You know, yes, they threw on top to the embassy in Bogota all the items, and that causes like Mr. Mauricio Rubio, that want visas for his employees to come to work because he's got a project here, and many of you, I imagine the flower industry, everybody. So I'm speaking on behalf of everybody that has issues. I want to thank Colonel Luis Alfonso Plazas Vegas. You all know him very well. He was a victim of the terrorism that we are talking here today about communism. And he brought an item to me on the table that you guys have it in your files, in your offices, but we need to engage better, which is the fact that former military Colombians, that Herman is here, and that fought with the Plan Colombia, are asking for political assignment, and the political assignments are not coming. So this young man is one of them, and there's many more. The head has called him to come and testify. He's here. He cannot go back. And they say, we want to know that airplane, American airplane that was supporting your operation, who were they? Why would they want to know that? Why would they want to know that? And I know the political asylum we did with Mario and Lincoln and Liliana Rose, with, I know Christine since then, and we had a meeting with, too bad that the Congresswoman stepped out, with the political asylum office. We need to sit them to hear a story like you remember with the Venezuelans, we did that. And we told the story. Colombia's military officers, former governments from President Uribe are being chased. It's political persecution against these young men and women that are here in America. And political asylums for Colombians are under the numbers of 1996, the approvals. Because they say, no, there is no persecution, and there is, ¿estamos de acuerdo? There's persecution in Colombia by the court, by Santos Court, and everything else. And to close in my part, gentlemen, Colombia, we signed a free trade agreement with the United States. And all the products from Colombia that we want to export are not able to move to the United States because the Department of Agriculture is taking a while. The ambassador told me this morning that mango is coming to America, but it took 4 years. 4 years to get the mango approved. What about the meat? What about the poultry? What about more agricultural products to come here? And that's going to help Colombia because we need jobs in Colombia as well, right? And here we need to mobilize that. So those are the things that we need to look at, the free trade agreement that was signed between the United States and Colombia. Those products that we want to bring in, Manuel Oviedo, he imports products from Colombia, and it's been very difficult to get them approved here. And he puts them in all the stores, in all the supermarkets here and all that. To close, I would like to say is this, let's have a follow-up meeting in Washington, Senator. Okay. Senator, I know Viviana is here on behalf of Marco Rubio. Let's have a follow-up meeting in Washington, D.C. Let's invite Colonel Plazas to go talk to the people of what really is happening in Colombia today. Let's invite our people from the flower industry, what's happening in Colombia today. Let's talk to the political asylum people because our number one need, guys, and this is more the campaign side maybe, but I don't think so. The number one need today of Colombian Americans is immigration. Pare contar. That's the number one issue. Because Colombians are entrepreneurs, they get out there, they get a job, they do whatever they have to do to get a job. But if they cannot get a visa to work, and then the political asylum is not getting because they don't get a license, you know the whole story. So that's where we are today. I wanted to say thank you, Maria Elvira, I know you stepped on in that second, helping us out with the Office of Political Asylum to see if we could do a seminar.
I have a little advice for you,
yes.
The way I see it. I think that you have a very big community, right?
Yeah.
Not everyone is a Republican, there are
right.
other independents, and there are some Democrats. I would advise every Democrat, Colombian Democrat, to call the White House and to talk to a specific person named Juan Gonzalez.
Juan Gonzalez.
And then I would direct all my own energy and effort into talking to Juan Gonzalez, who happens to be Colombian American, and explain to him what's reality. The Forex list, the problem with the asylum for Colombians, the problem with Petro, what type of character that political candidate is. I think that you have an extraordinary opportunity because you're going to be talking to one of your own. Right. Somebody that knows you, speaks your language, and it's Colombian.
And to close in my part, and then we're going to go with Mauricio Jaramillo, is the fact that we are all want to see that the visas of all those people in the Colombian Congress and the Colombian judicial system be canceled. Last week, President Duque tried to do the spraying, aerial spraying against the cocaine crops, okay? And judges outside of their jurisdiction, they overruled him. And so but they got U.S. visas. They come and go as crazy. They come and go like nothing. And I think we all agree, we need to also go after those people like they did innocent people in my country in regards to that. To close, I just want to say thank you. I got just copies of the documents that have been in your offices. I'll give you that. And I would like to introduce Mauricio. Mauricio, it represents one of the biggest flower importers companies in South Florida. He's got 2 minutes to say hello. That Colonel Plazas told me about the persecution to Colombian military, that is there. All the detail is there. The letter to Freedom Committee that was created by Kevin McCarthy, you were there that day. The letter was sent. We haven't seen a follow-up. And then the Department of State, the issue about the visas that are sent to your office. There's been an issue with the visas, not only with the visas, but also they give visas to everybody. You know the political asylums are given to people from the FARC? If you look at the numbers today, like we did with the Diaz-Balart in the past, the FARC get political asylum. Our military and our victims of our side of the aisle, they don't get political asylum. And the last one is, we asked for Freedom of Information Act to the Department of State in regards to some money that was given to the FARC.
Los colombianos no están bien informados de lo que es Peggy. Repito, es ladrón, es marxista y es terrorista. Los colombianos necesitan algo mejor que eso. Por eso.
Very strong voice, activist and advocate for not only the Colombian people, but also a lot of South Americans and individuals here in South Florida to make sure your voices are heard. He's not only a friend, he's a colleague, and he happens to be a resident of the city of Weston, Mr. Fabio Andrade.
Thank you. Boy, I was worried about this podium since I came here. I always, Senator, I always worry about podium, so maybe I should step to the side so you can see me. Why are we here today? Because we've been working together for a long time, and it was time now, thanks to COVID, we took it longer, to sit down and have a round table, to have conversation with people that has done a great job for us since Salazar and Gimenez came to office. We have a voice now that we didn't have before. We have a voice with Senator Scott when he was in the governor's office, and now here. And we got a great voice from Mario Diaz-Balart for years. This is mi hermano, and especially Marco Rubio. What we talked about? Talked about things that you all know very well. A concern for next elections in Colombia, number one. Number two, how is that mafia, the FARC, are investing money in South Florida, and we don't know about it until later on. Number three, that why Biden removed the FARC from the terrorist group while they're wanted by the U.S. government still. And number three, to help the local Colombian Americans, we get more political asylum cases granted to FARC people than to other Colombians that are victims today of being chased in Colombia by the FARC, by the narco terrorists, and all that. So we were able to bring together, and thanks to Senator Scott. Thank you very much, Senator Scott. Your leadership has been phenomenal, and thank you, Maria Elvira. You mean a voice for all of us every day, and Gimenez, all of them. It's very important. We brought a diverse group. We got people from the flower industry, that they do 20,000 indirect jobs in South Florida and 5,000 direct jobs and over 200,000 jobs in Colombia. We got people from the Colombian Chamber of Commerce that are a business. We talked about also the fact of the free trade agreement, that it takes 4 years, the mango verde que venga acá. It takes 4 years for a product to come. We signed an agreement, we work an agreement, but the process doesn't get us there fast enough. Esto se hizo porque el señor Juan González, que es el asesor de esta región, no se ha reunido con la comunidad colombiana. No se ha reunido para escuchar la realidad de lo que está pasando. Así que eso es más o menos un brief. Les agradezco a los medios de comunicación que nos ayudan a llevar la nota. Tenemos militares colombianos que están siendo perseguidos por la nueva Justicia Especial por la Paz. Tenemos militares colombianos que han sido perseguidos, ustedes saben casos muy claramente, que han insistido, que hemos hablado aquí en esta comunidad. Entonces queremos asegurar que el Departamento de Asilos Políticos reconozca que son perseguidos políticos por unas nuevas cortes, una nueva régimen que están tratando de acabar con las instituciones en Colombia. No podemos permitir que las instituciones perdamos en Colombia, porque ahí sí se pierde la joya de la corona y ahí sí que estamos en problemas. A todos muchas gracias. Thank you, Senator, once again. Thank you.
La intención de esta rueda de prensa de hoy, Fabio.
El objetivo de la reunión fue bien clara. Continuar la comunicación, de estar todos unidos. Tuvimos la oportunidad de que tuviera gente de la Cámara de Comercio, la gente de la Asociación de Flores, la gente de pequeños negocios, la gente de la academia y líderes de la comunidad colombiana que estamos trabajando en los temas muy importantes. 3 pilares graves. La próxima elección de Colombia, el que Biden haya removido a las FARC de la lista de terroristas, eso no va con nosotros, y cómo le podemos ayudar a la comunidad acá, porque los asilos políticos a la comunidad colombiana, especialmente a los militares, no está siendo dado como debe ser. Hay un proceso que no está funcionando en el asilo político, y queremos regresar a lo que hicimos hace 20 años con el senador, con el congresista Díaz Balar y Liana Roletti, que es que Colombia sí necesita asilo en este momento para estas personas. Y por último, pues poder asegurar que hagamos un evento ahora en Washington para que los testimonios de las personas que estuvieron presentes, militares que están siendo perseguidos en Colombia por las JEP, podamos hablar con el Congreso de los Estados Unidos.
Aquí varios de los congresistas que hablaron hoy se refirieron al mismo tema, el temor de que un candidato de izquierda pueda llegar a la presidencia en Colombia. ¿Cómo lo ven ustedes?
No, por eso, es que esa es nuestra preocupación. Pero más allá, es que no se está haciendo nada para frenar las cosas ilegales que están sucediendo con ese candidato. Está recibiendo dinero, nadie lo dice nada. Está viniendo y entrando a los Estados Unidos a recibir contribuciones a las campañas que no sabemos nada. Y esa es la preocupación que tenemos. Y comprobado, que lo mencionó alguien en la mesa, que el dinero está viniendo del narcotráfico. El narcotráfico está alimentando esta situación. Y la Corte elimina la expresión aérea, entonces ahí es donde no vamos en buena onda. Si el señor Juan González no ha querido reunirse con nosotros, supuestamente republicanos, y ese es el problema que tenemos, porque Colombia es un país que ha tenido unas relaciones bilaterales muy buenas, y la persona con quien él se reunió aquí en Miami no eran representativos de la comunidad, y nosotros entendemos que el tema colombiano no es un tema de partido, es un tema de la comunidad, que queremos asegurar que tengamos un gobierno libre y que no tengamos esta izquierda radical que se está entrando a Colombia.
¿Qué razones han dado para no hacer la reunión?
Estamos trabajando, no nos damos por vencido, estamos trabajando con los congresistas también.
No digo yo que...
No dan respuesta, no contestan, no dicen nada, ese es el tema. Entonces estamos agregando en la discusión a los congresistas del sur de la Florida, a la señora Wasserman y a la señora Federica Wilson, para podernos sentar con ellos, y también hemos acercado con el senador Menéndez en New Jersey.